Welcome to Wisdom of the World. This is our first story in 2021. I know that last year was hard on all of us. I hope that all these hardships helped us to learn something about ourselves and something about the world, our beautiful world. It is in this context that I'm going to tell my next story. It is called Whatever Happens, Happens for the Best. It was told to me years and years ago by two Indian ladies. And it goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a king that loved hunting. And it was a particularly beautiful day with blue sky, a pleasant temperature, and very little wind. He went hunting that day with his Grand Vizier, his most important advisor, somebody that probably today we would call Prime Minister. So the king and the Grand Vizier set out on their horses and went hunting in the forest. It was a big, big forest. And everything was going fine until just suddenly at one moment, the king hurt himself badly. He hurt himself. He jabbed open he made a big wound on the bottom of his arm. It really hurt. It was a gaping wound. And he said, why does this have to happen today? And then his Grand Vizier says, oh, but Your Majesty, you know, whatever happens, happens for the best. And then the king burst out in anger. He says, you always say that, yes? I'm so fed up of hearing that, especially now. Yes, please go. I'm gonna go alone hunting. As a matter of fact, I'm so fed up with you. I'm locking you up in the castle. Go, get out of my sight. So the Grand Vizier left and the king went on hunting. And the king walked on and on to the forest, through the forest, and on the trail of something to hunt. And then all of a sudden he was surrounded by a whole group of people with painted faces. And before he knew what was happening, they had him captured and they had him tied up. And they said to each other, let's take him to our chief. Maybe he is something for our big feast tonight. So they took our king to their village, to their tribe, way in the middle of the forest. And they brought him to the chief and they said, Chief, look what we caught today, who we caught today. Maybe he can be good for our feast tonight. And then the chief says, yeah. He looks great. He could go into our soup tonight. Let me have a good look at him. Nice and muscly, obviously well-fed, well-trained. Look at him. He is a beautiful species. Yeah, he'll be great for our party. Until at the last moment, he all of a sudden he saw that big gasp on under his arm. And then he says, oh no. This specimen is tainted. We cannot have him for our party tonight. And he said, sorry to the king. He said, sorry, really, we cannot use you for our party tonight. We cannot, because this is a big offering to our gods, and we cannot have a stained, species as part of that offering. So off you go. Well, the king was set free, and he happily, with his horse, went home. And he was happy and singing. He was happy as a clam at high water. And on the way back to his castle, he started to think. He says, he started to really feel bad about what he did to his Grand Vizier. And so he came home, and he immediately freed his Grand Vizier, and he told him to come to him. So the Grand Vizier came to him, and the king profusely apologized for his bad behavior towards the Grand Vizier. And he said, "But I have one question to ask you." He said to the Grand Vizier, "How come it was for the best that I locked you up in jail?" And then the Grand Vizier said, "Oh, but Your Majesty, think, what would have happened if you would have not sent me back to the castle?" Whatever happens, happens for the best. You can always find a silver lining. Thank you.